No, question 12, because I don't know the radius.
Right, okay, question 12. Yeah. Right, question 12, where did I... So I gave you 361 to 6 and 6 to 13 on... Was that?
Page 363.
Oh yeah, right, okay. So were the other ones on the other page okay?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So page 363, which ones?
Just,
All of them?
Just for the radius.
Okay, so we'll just do, I'll do the first few. So I'll do number 6, okay? So x minus 2 to be squared plus y minus 3 to be squared equals 16. So the formula is x minus h to be squared, right, plus y minus k to be squared equals r squared. So the centre is hk and the radius is the square root of whatever that is. Okay? So the centre is the opposite sign. So what's the centre? 2, comma 3, right? And the radius is, this is r squared, right? So r squared is 16. So what number squared will give you 16? 4. So the radius is 4. Is that okay? I'll do a couple of them because I flew through this. This was an extra thought yesterday that I might finish or do a bit of this. Plus y plus 3 to be squared is equal to 9. Centre
4 minus 3.
4 minus 3. Radius 3. Got it? Right, and I'll just do one of the more difficult ones. X minus 1 to be squared plus y plus 5 to be squared is equal to 16 over 9. Centre 1 minus 5. Radius, it's the square root, so the radius would be the square root of 16 over 9. So into the calculator with that and press equals, or you can just get the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom. So the square root of 16 is 4 and square root of 9 is 3. Is that okay? Sorry? You can, of course. Did you put 1.3333? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, and number 13, so x squared plus y minus 2 to be squared equals 12. So what's the centre? There's no number with the x, so that means it's 0, and it's the opposite sign, 2, yeah? Okay, and the radius then would be the square root of 12. Okay? So, and if you put the square root of 12 into your calculator, girls, it'll come up as 2 root 3. The exact same answer. You get no marks for, you get the same marks for having it in either form. Okay? Is that right? Okay? Right. So what I wanted to do was, okay, that's working forward, right? Did I write down examples for those yesterday?
Yeah.
Where, what example did I finish on? 1, I'd say. 2. Example, so. Oh, I know, I just wrote a list, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so will I just go example, I'll just go, it doesn't have to put a number in. Find the equation of the circle with, so I'll just go, here's the centre, we'll do a few of them. Here's the radius, right, okay, and I want you to give me the equation. Oh yeah. No, she sent me a message to say she's, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go. Right, okay, remember the formula is in the log tables. X minus h to be squared plus y minus k to be squared is equal to r squared. So that's in the log tables, okay? You have to remember the one with the centre naught, but that one's in the log tables, okay? Right, so if I'm going the other way, if I tell you the centre is 3, 1, right, and the radius is 2, so I'm telling you the radius is 2, right? You fill in the centre, we call it h and k. So in here, instead of h, put in a 3, instead of k, put in a 1, and that's all you fill in for. So you go x minus 3 2b squared plus y minus 1 2b squared is equal to 2 squared, which is equal to 2 squared, which is 4. Is that right? That's your answer, okay? And you would never, ever, ever multiply that out, right? Okay? If you're in higher level, you might, very rarely, but ordinary level, that's it, the answer, done, right? Okay? So if I go I'll go 1 minus 4, and the radius is 5. So what's the equation? X minus...
Excuse me please, can all first and second year basketball players who are playing the match with meet in Nassau Lodge at 10:30 please. That's all first and second year basketball players who are playing the match meet in Nassau Lodge at 10:30. Would Rosie Conlon come to reception at the bell, and a sum of money was found yesterday. Thank you.
It's mine. Right, okay, x minus 1 to be squared plus, what's in the second bracket? Y plus 4 to be squared equals what? 25. 5 squared, 25. Okay? Right, minus 3 minus 2. And the radius is 1. So what's the equation? X plus 3 to be squared plus y plus 2 to be squared equals 1 squared is 1. Okay, right, okay, and last example, right, minus 3 minus 5 is the centre, and the radius is the square root of 10. So what is the equation? X plus 3 to be squared y plus 5 to be squared equals the square root of 10 to be squared, agreed? So the square root of 10 to be squared, you could do it on your calculator, but it's quite easy. Why? Because the square root and square are the opposite of each other, so they cancel each other out, so you just get 10. Is that alright? So you get x plus 3 to be squared plus y plus 5 to be squared equals 10. Right? Are we good? Right, okay, that's that section done. I'll give you a few more questions on that tonight. Okay, now, the next section, girls, we've done in algebra, but now we're putting a story on it. Right, in algebra it was just solve. Right, now it's find the point of intersection between a line and a circle. Okay, so we're on to intersection of a line and a circle. Right, so the point of intersection of a line and a circle. Okay, so first off, right, okay, we have a circle. Right, okay, we have a line. Right, how many points of intersection? 2 points of intersection, yeah. Or sometimes you may only get one answer. Right, okay, so if the circle or the line goes across the circle like that, there's 2 points of intersection. Okay, sometimes we only get one answer, right? Okay, because the line might just tip off the edge of the circle like that. Okay, So in this case, there's one point of intersection. And that's a special type of line. Does anyone remember what we call it? It's a tangent. Okay? So sometimes they will phrase this question as find the point of intersection of the line and the circle. Sometimes they will phrase this question as prove this line is a tangent. Okay? So prove this line is a tangent, you get the point of intersection. There turns out to be one. If there's one point of intersection, it's a tangent. Right? Okay? So sometimes they rephrase the question differently. So sometimes they say find the point of intersection of the line and the circle, but sometimes they will say prove this line is a tangent, right? And if they say prove this line is a tangent, you find the point of intersection, and there's only one, so if there's one point of intersection, it has to be a tangent. Is that okay? You will see it as we do examples later on, but for the moment I remind you of how to do it. Okay, so example 1. I just covered all that. Is that alright? Was everyone finished writing? Does anyone need that back? Yeah, you need it back? No? We're all okay? Example 1. So find the point of intersection now, and I may put an S in it, as in that means there may be one, there may be two, right? There's never any more than two, right? It's either one or two, or not at all. Okay? Find the point of intersection of let's see, 3x plus y plus 10 equals 0, and x squared plus y squared equals 10. Okay, right. Which one's the line? This one? Which one's the circle? Obviously this one. I don't need it. What's the centre of that circle? 0, 0. What's the radius of that circle? Square root of 10. Right, we don't need to, but just so we know. Right, okay. So in algebra we did what we do? Simultaneous equations, one linear, one quadratic. A linear equation, a quadratic equation. What's the difference between a linear equation and a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation has what? Squares, right? So we did this in algebra, this exact method. Now we have a reason for doing it. So in algebra we just learned how to do it. Now we have a reason for doing it. Okay? So you start with the linear equation. The linear equation is 3x plus y plus 10 equals 0. You rearrange it so either x equals everything else or y equals everything else. Right? Which one will I do here? Y equals. Why will I do y equals? Because there's no number in front of it. Right? If I did x equals, I'll end up with a fraction and it gets really messy. Right? I can do it, but it's messy. So I'm going to rearrange so this y equals, bring over the 3x, what happens to it? Minus 3x. Bring over the 10, what happens to it? Minus 10. Is that okay?
Is 10 already over?
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, here's the wall. With me?
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's the end of the linear equation for the moment. Linear equation is your first step and your last step. So then you come over to your quadratic equation. And everywhere I see a y, what am I putting in? Instead of y, I'm never writing y again, I'm writing minus 3x minus 10. So x squared I can write. I'm not writing that y anymore, I'm writing minus 3x minus 10. And that's all to be squared equals 10. You with me? Right, I need to square this out. So that x squared, so minus 3 minus 10 minus 3x minus 10 to be squared means minus 3x minus 10 multiplied by minus 3x minus 10. right, equals 10. Is that okay? So remember how to multiply out brackets. Split up the first bracket, write the second bracket down twice. So it's minus 3x multiplied by the second bracket. Then it's minus 10 multiplied by the second bracket. And then I have an equals 10. You all with me? Right? X squared, now here. A minus by minus is a plus. 3 by 3 is 9. X by x is x squared. Then minus 3x by minus 10. Minus by minus is a plus. 3x by 10 is 30x. Then into this bracket, I'm still multiplying by minus 10. So minus by minus is a plus. 10 by 3 is 30x. And a minus by minus is a plus. 10 tens are 100. And see this 10 over here? I need to bring it over. So bring over the 10 and it becomes a minus 10. So everything, there's nothing left over here. Right? I need to tidy it up. Right? X squared and 9x squared makes 10x squared. 30x and 30x makes 60x. And 100 take away 10 makes 90. Equals 0. Right, okay. Anyone know how to solve this? I need to solve this. Yeah, minus b formula. Right, or if you want to do your factorising. I might do the factorising if that's okay, because it's shorter and it's quicker. But if you want to use the minus b formula, if that's how you do it, that's how you do it.
You write it, it might be the formula.
Yeah, I'll write it up. Hang on now. So it's the minus b formula is minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Okay, so there's the minus b formula, right? If you're a fan of the minus b formula, off you go, right? Me, I like to factorise, but I'm going to make life easier to factorise. How am I going to make life easier to factorise? What do I spot? Everything here divides by, what does everything divide by? 10. So I can divide everything by 10. So divide that by 10, divide that by 10, divide that by 10. And naught divided by 10 is still naught. So that's x squared. 60 divided by 10 is 6x. 90 divided by 10 is 9, right, equals 0. Okay, so then I'm going to split up my 9 into factors that give me 6. So that's 3 and 3. So I'm going to split up that 6x into a 3x and a 3x. I don't know how ye factorise. Ye never did that way. I think ye were the last year that I chose to do it this way. I'm just looking at the girls I had in third year, some of you. Did you do x and x? 3 and 3? A plus and a plus? Okay. Is that alright? Can I move it up? Would that be okay? Have I cut anyone off? Right. So you go x plus 3 equals naught. Let each bracket equal naught. X plus 3 equals naught. And you get x is equal to minus 3. And x is equal to minus 3. It's the same answer, isn't it? Okay, so if you did the minus b formula, you get that also. Right? Okay, I have to get a matching y. So back up to the linear equation. Remember I said the linear equation was your first step and your last step. Everyone okay? So, you used the minus b formula? Did you fill in 60 for b, 90, all those? What you fill in? So tell me when you filled in the minus b formula first off, you would have got minus 60 plus minus the square root of 60 squared minus 4 times a is 10 and c is 90. Right, all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 10. Yeah? Yeah. If you type it in as you see it, you'll get minus 3. Right? I need to get a matching y, so I go back up to my linear equation, which is the line. Right? Okay? So I know y is minus 3x minus 10. So everywhere I see put in an x, I'm going to put in a minus 3. So y equals minus 3 times minus 3 minus 10, which turns out to be minus 1. Okay, so my point of intersection is x is minus 3, y is minus 1. I don't need to put in the second x because it's the same. Okay, so there's one point of intersection. What does that mean? The line is what?
Tangent.
The line is a tangent. So they didn't ask me this, but I'm just going to write it down. One point of intersection. So the line was 3x plus y. So 3x plus y plus 10 equals 0. That line is a tangent. Have you a vague recollection of doing these in algebra?
Yeah.
Or is it like we never did it? Vague recollection? I know I tried to base it into, I remember trying to base it into in 5th year, but yeah, mine went well. Yeah, right, okay. Am I good?
Yeah.
I'll do a second example. How am I going for time? Have I time? I do. Yes, who's calling me? What?
Do you need one answer or two? Do they?
Sometimes you get one answer, and sometimes you get two answers. So I might do one now where you get two answers, okay? Hopefully. Right? Yeah. Yeah. You know, the other answer turned out to be minus 3 as well. So my x's turned out to be the same. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you know there's only one point. Okay. I'll do an example now where these x's turn out to be different. Okay, is that alright? Well, I hope I'll do one. Right, okay, so let's say, find the point of intersection of, so example 2. I feel like I'm on holidays. Are you all having a 6th year holiday this year? You're all going. Where are you going? Haven't decided yet. Find the point of intersection of, now I see, x minus 2y minus 5 equals 0, and x squared, find the points, right, x squared plus y squared equals 25. Okay, is that alright? So you know which one's the line? Which one's the line? This one, isn't it? So this is the line, this is the circle. So you start with the line. So that's x minus 2y minus 5 equals 0. You rearrange it so you've x equal everything else or y equal to everything else. Which one? X, y, because it's on its own. So it's x equals in this case because there's no number in front of it. If there's no number in front of either the x or the y, your choice, right? Okay, but when there's a number in front of him, you're making life easier for yourself by picking x. So x equals, bring the minus 2y over, becomes plus 2y, and the minus 5 comes over the wall and becomes a plus 5. Okay, that's end of step 1. Come over here to step 2. X squared plus y squared equals 25. Everywhere I see an x, I'm putting in a 2y plus 5. So I'm not writing x anymore. So instead of that x, I'm putting 2y plus 5. 2b squared plus y squared equals 25. Okay, so I need to square this out. Okay, so that's 2y plus 5 multiplied by 2y plus 5. Then there's a plus y squared equals 25. So to multiply out brackets, split up the first bracket, write the second one down twice. So 2y times 2y plus 5 plus 5 times 2y plus 5. Right, then I have a plus y squared, and I'm going to bring over that 25 while I'm at it, so minus 25 equals 0. Right, multiply now, 2y by 2y is 4y squared, 2y by 5 is 10y, then I have 5 by 2y is 10y, I have 5 by 25, 5 by 5 is 25, plus y squared minus 25 equals 0. Okay, so tidying it up, putting all my y squares together, I have 4y squared and y squared will give me 5y squared. I have 10y and 10y will give me 20y. I have plus 25 and minus 25 will give me 0, so I have no number. Okay, right, if you use the minus b formula, off you go, as in this time a is 5, b is 20 and c is 0. Right, there is no c, so there isn't. Right, okay, so if you're using the minus b formula, off you go. Right, if you like to factorize, I'm going to make life easier for myself. Right, okay, I'm going to divide everything by 5. Can I move it up? No. Have I lost some of you? Right, okay, so I'm going to divide each one by 5. If you want the minus b formula, a is 5, b is 20, c is 0. They cancel. Right, sorry Quiva, did I scream at me and I'll put it back? Did you miss this one?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? Right, okay, so y squared plus 4y equals 0. So to factorize this, you just take out what's common. So there's a y common. So you're left with y plus 4 equals 0. So the first bracket is y on its own equals 0. The second bracket is y plus 4 equals 0. So that means y is equal to minus 4. So you have two y answers, and I have to get two matching x answers. So there's two answers this time. The last time it turned out to be the same, okay, because it was a tangent. This one is not a tangent. How do you know it's not a tangent? Because there's two answers, okay. So off you go, back up there to the start. X is equal to 2y plus 5. So when y is 0, fill in 0 for y. X is equal to 2 times 0 plus 5. So 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. So that means x is 5. So that's the point. X is first, then we've y. 5 0. That's one point of intersection. Get the other one. So x is equal to 2y plus 5. So that means x is equal to 2 times minus 4 plus 5 into the calculator with that, and you'll get x is equal to minus 3. So that point of intersection is minus 3 minus 4.
Why wasn't it choose for the last one?
Because it was a tangent. Right, they didn't tell you it was a tangent, but it just worked out. Do you know when you solved up here, you got the same answer. Here I've 0 and minus 4. When I did it in the last question, they were both minus 3. It was,
you just use one.
yeah, so it just needed to do one because they're the same. Right, okay, are we good? Right, okay, I'm going to give you a few on the equations of the circle. I'm going to go back and ask you to do page 363. Just give me a minute. Number 5. Right, okay, and then on the next page I won't give you too many of these because they take a while. 3, 6. 366, let's do one part 2, and let's do, no, number 2, and let's do 3 part 2. So 1 part 2, 2, 3 part 2. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Will you clean your desk before you go?